What's up? What's up? Come on, old gal. Come on. What's up? Gooser. Wiener. I really think he thinks his name is Wiener. How about what you guys think? Oh man, it is warm out here. Is she seriously? No, the trough's over there. My goodness. Morning, everybody. Chad, Doss Farms. If you're new here, welcome and howdy. If you're old here, welcome and howdy. It's my lovely wife and my 40 acres in Northeast Oklahoma. We've got cattle, pigs, donkeys, chickens, 3 dogs, 3 boys, in no particular order. We've got 3 channels, always linked down below. We got a wiener dog. Somebody asked the other day, I think you saw the water trough empty over there. That's because that's a heated bowl. Well, we don't need it anymore because finally, what is it this morning? Now, it got down to 30 last night, but it's 9 a.m. and true story, at least under the porch, it's almost 60 degrees. That can't be right though. Yeah, it's like 45 or 50, but either way, it's not -7 like it was last Thursday. That's the important thing, Cabeller. Frosty! What's up, buddy? I see you. I see you. So if you missed yesterday's video, Miss Belle, we had to put up a horse panel barrier because she was trying to drink water out of the trough in the neighboring pasture versus the trough in her pasture. Like, I literally have her on video, like lapping it up with her head turned sideways through the barbed wire, mind you. And I thought for a second there she was doing it again, so. Anyway, ready for her to move on. I'm waiting to hear from that other YouTube, I mean, they're ranchers and farmers, but it's a YouTube channel. I'm waiting to hear if they're going to take Belle or not. And if not, I'm this close to, oh man, I don't know. Let me tell you in a second. Let me tell you in a second. So I've kind of lived with this for long enough. Morning, babe. Sorry. Well, the low spot in the driveway.
Oh, you want to talk about that this morning? I'm
nitpicking. Yeah. I haven't had enough sips of this. I'm all fired up and ready to talk about it. But as you guys know,
you can see it right here. This is where the puddle was.
Yeah.
But it's right up.
Well, but you see how big the puddle was. So during the rainy season.
But it also like dipped right there.
Correct.
Which is not okay.
Well, in case you guys didn't know, like I said, we bought this place about a year ago. We put in the driveway approach, nice, big, beautiful. I think it's 36 or 8 by 40-ish. We put in this. It was a necessity. This was a big deal because we were grass and dirt and mud and everything was coming in the house. With 3 boys, it was a nightmare for Miss Ray to keep clean. I wasn't really struggling with it that much, but anyway.
It's still dirty in there.
It's still dirty, but yeah, when they poured it, we paid extra to have it graded so the water went away from the house. Well, it doesn't go away from the house. This area right here, let me show you this. You can see how it's lower right there and it pools water all the way out to here. This is a giant low spot. I don't know if they have to make extra cuts. I don't know if they have to drill it. I don't know what they got to do. But when we got all that snow and we get heavy rains, it actually makes it all the way to raise door. And then when it dries, we wind up with a mess of dirt. We might as well not have a driveway.
Yeah, it's muddy again.
This is one of those times where I tell you I'm complaining about something that most people would be blessed to worry about. But
you want what you pay for, though.
We did pay for it.
You do want what you pay for. Everybody does.
Yeah. Well, you got to put it in perspective. You want your phone to work, no matter what you spend on it. You don't want your waterproof boots to leak, no matter what you spend on them. Okay, it's all relative. I think what bothers me the most is that was one of the things when we first saw the house. We were like, that would look beautiful with a driveway like mom and dad's. Because mom and dad have a huge garage approach. There's like a 3-car. I think it's even wider.
Because there wasn't a driveway here, technically.
Yeah. And we'd been living on a dirt road, and we were totally content with it at our old farm. But when we moved here, we were like, man, we got a garage. We're going to put in a driveway. We budgeted for it. It was basically raised.
You have to have a concrete pad if you're going to have a basketball goal. And we have 3 boys. And I don't know if a basketball goal is coming, but I know that they've been asking. And you can't have one without a concrete pad.
We could put in a basketball goal, but Carter just made a traveling competition soccer team.
How loud can we talk?
Carter just made a traveling competition soccer team, so basketball is the furthest thing from his mind right now. But that driveway approach was basically like a gift to ourselves. We put our boys and our names, our handprints in it, and
yes,
you want what you want. I mean, listen, this was $28. If it started leaking, I'd complain about it right now. Is that loud?
We look real bougie coming out here with our cups. We really do.
Complaining about our driveway.
This is ridiculous.
Ray's got her bottle.
But I have like a hydration.
Maybe I should, I'm whining enough. Maybe I should drink that bottle.
Seriously. I mean, I've got like a
Don't
hydration.
act like you weren't excited when you found out they were going to come shoot the grate of the driveway and see if they could fix it. Which they're going to fix it. Trust me, they're going to fix it.
Anyway, I have a hydration pack in here. I'm trying to stay hydrated. I know that I look bougie carrying this around, but...
This is organic coffee with the chemically engineered flavors that are delicious from Walmart.
With his coffee maker, normal coffee maker.
Regular coffee maker.
Because you can't be bougie and use like...
I don't want that Keurig mud water. I don't think they're sleeping in the barn.
They're not.
They're sleeping out here?
Yeah. When I came out last night, all 4 of them huddled around this hay bale.
That's good. What's up, buddy? What's he doing? Dizzy. There you go, buddy. You're such a good little steer. Seriously, I kind of want to keep him now. We should give him MJ.
I know. Right?
MJ and Belle. Hey, that's a 3 for 1. If she's bred, that's 3, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be terrible.
Yep. Such a pretty little steer. Such a pretty little steer. What are you saying, buddy? You know why I get the side eye? Well, because you come out and give him his bottle, which people I know, you see it full and you really gave him a full bottle. It's got half the powder in it. We're doing it. Just calm down. But anyway, look, see, I'm getting a side eye right now because you come out and give him his bottle. And then I lower his. Oh, excuse you. Oh, Rona, is that you?
So his eyes, I just since you can hear him coughing, his eyes actually look a lot better. He's still a little snotty, but I'm not concerned because the weather was -12 and then it was 70. So.
Well, just like us, they get head colds.
Yes.
Maximus is snotty nosed right now, but.
Yeah. Well, they kind of all are, but his eyes actually look a lot better than they did yesterday.
If I gave every cow on this farm medicine every time they had a runny nose, that's all I would do.
No, it's the weather, and we're coming into hay season or hay fever.
Yeah.
Pollen and all sorts of stuff.
Yep.
Which is yay for me.
He's all right.
It never ends.
Yeah, I come out and shove his head in the creep feed, and yeah.
He headbutts me a few times, and then he's like, "Fine."
She's still here. We're working out a processing date, but it's definitely happening. Hey, you know what your mission is now, though? You got to find her a new buddy.
I know.
One that's nice to her.
I know, and I know you're wanting a male, but I'm wanting
a
female too.
We don't need to get a male while we have a baby male or
but
maybe
when
female.
I get another female, it's going to be smaller and younger because I don't want Izzy to feel like she's competing anymore.
Yeah.
So I want her to be the head of.
Well, you don't have to cry about it.
Oh, my glasses. But yeah, when I find another pig, it's gonna be younger and smaller. That way she can.
Well, Izzy
She
will.
can teach it her ways.
Yeah, she'll put that pig in her place. It'll happen. But Izzy's not a mean pig. Dizzy straight up comes out here, like we told him. She had blood in her like right front jowl, like up, like under her chin. He had blood on him. She tried to bite my calf, and
I watched her bite his legs.
well, it's not always feeding time, to be honest. Like if you just come in here, it's like you got to check and see where Dizzy's at.
Oh, I was gonna say, I know that we've actually seen Izzy go after Dizzy and be mean, especially in the beginning. But like right now, honestly, you should see when Izzy gets into a bowl. And I know you've seen it, but you should actually see how fast she tries to chew, because she's scared. She's competing to try to eat.
Well,
and because she knows that Dizzy's going to steal her food. So
that's why she's got her feet over there.
So if Izzy goes after Dizzy, it's that aggressiveness, competitiveness. Anyway, but Izzy's always been sweet. I've raised her from like she was like literally this big, if you've been here, since last summer. So.
But Izzy doesn't even know to bite.
Used to sleep inside in a dog crate.
But like Izzy doesn't even know to bite. She doesn't even know to like attack, and she's literally, and that's what people have said, and we know it to be true. She's going to teach her bad habits, just like Belle will those calves.
As soon as I put my hand on Izzy, she immediately goes down and rolls on her back and wants me to scratch her stomach. Dizzy, she doesn't like that, but she's never been...
I'm listening. Sorry.
But she's never been handled, so, and she's 3 years old, and she was originally raised for food, and I tried to save her, and I stepped in fresh poop.
Yeah, you did. Whew.
Ah!
I don't think he understands. It's like MJ, no, that's Allie, Lucy. There's Belle and MJ, Little Donk. Oh, there's Belle. I gotta do what I gotta do. You haven't heard me yet. So I've been feeding the calves down there, and when I do, Frank and Taters, once they're done eating, they basically try and go through the fence, and we don't want that. That area down there holds a lot of water. This right here, we're at the top of a hill, and of course everything drains towards our driveway. Feed them over here, plus we can put it on hay, and they can eat it. They slept there last night, so there's a lot more poop. Let's go right here. Here they come. When they run, the dogs bark. Gonna have to deal with it, sorry. Look how pretty they is. Honey. Looking good. Looking good, boy. Princess's dad must have been one long-legged longhorn, man. Golly, she's really shot up. What do you say? Are you content this morning? Hi, Lucy. I'm sure you guys can tell by now why we're going to keep all three of these girls. These are last year's heifers. So we had April 5th. She was born, I believe, late August, Princess was. And then we've got Allie here. Good morning. And then, of course, the resident guard donkeys. Yeah, they're gonna push the calves out. It is what it is. Here, let's spread those out. Spread them out. That's not nice. I'm about to put you guys in there with Frank and Taters. About to do it. These calves gotta eat. Beautiful. Man, look at that. So we've got where we fed hay last year, there's like patches of green grass through this pasture. So, yep. Now as far as green grass grows, you're not gonna see that on this farm here for a little bit. I'm also not as worried about it in this pasture because this pasture, once Belle's gone, is gonna be the calves and the donkeys. And they're not gonna go through a bale of hay in no time, even in the summer. What I'm really worried about is getting those guys more grass. It's gonna be a challenge. We knew that when we bought this place. You know, we've just gotta take a chainsaw back there and some tractors and, you know, get to work. But right now, I'm hoping today that we get a little bit of break in the muddiness. We're supposed to have a 60-degree day. The wind blew all day yesterday. It got to about 55 degrees. That was pretty good. We really needed to dry out in here a lot. So, but we're on our way. We'll be all right. I don't mean to sound down because I'm not. I can't explain enough that I'm standing in the middle of our 40-acre dream farm. I mean, I'm just blown away at the blessings every day. Even the driveway, even Miss Belle, still blessed. Very, very blessed. So thankful for the many, many blessings in our lives, the health of the boys, all of it. Amen. And real quick, before we go feed the big herd, I need you guys to know something. When we bought this place, well, when anybody buys any house anywhere, even when you're outside the city, you really need to have an inspection done, which we did. And the two things that the home inspector, and this guy was crazy thorough, like almost too thorough, but that's what we wanted. I mean, this is a big house. It's a big property. For like the full whistles and bells inspection, you know, several $100s, which most of them are. But the two things that he said we needed to do, knock down trees because he was worried about termites, pests, insect control, anything you don't want in your house. We had like a legit 50 or 60 trees in the front of the house that we had removed 6 months after we bought the place. We had the whole front yard dozed. We had the whole back part of the house dozed. There were trees right here. I couldn't even drive my tractor through here. It was so tight. And that's actually why we have water pooling up, because there used to be trees right here that drank all that water. So now I need a tree, let me know, that just sucks water, man, that just loves water. I need one big time. The other thing, the main thing, the one thing that he really focused on, even above the predation and critters pressure with all the trees, was getting water away from the house. There was no landscaping out here. There was also no guttering, which we added. The fascia was like rough cut cedar, which had already started to do what cedar does, which is turn that green patina, which is sometimes cute, but not on a big, beautiful house like this. We spent a lot of money. I think this driveway approach was like, with labor and concrete and everything, was about $7,000. And that was one of the #1 recommended things in our inspection. Like the guy was like, literally, you need to get a driveway approach and get the water away from the garage, get it away from the foundation. And we specifically chose where we were gonna put our downspouts. So that's why this is an issue, okay? What this means is every time Ray drives into her truck into the garage, if there's water standing right here, it pulls dirt off of her truck and it fills this, and then we have to clean it out. I don't want to clean it out. I paid to have it graded. So anyway, the gentleman that did it, he knows, he's aware, he's going to come back Saturday, and he's going to shoot the grade and make sure that it's, you know, doing what it's supposed to, but it's clearly not, or there wouldn't be dirt right there. So anyway, let's go stare at pretty cows. That always makes me feel better. Look at the baby grasses. In case you missed yesterday's video, I actually changed the oil. I did the first service on the side-by-side, and changing the oil, especially in a machine like this, it always quiets it down. It quiets down your vehicle too, but our vehicles are made for comfort, so there's like noise suppression foam and pads and things like that throughout your vehicle. Whereas in this, a good rainstorm or dust storm, this thing's got gaps and holes all in it. It's not made like a vehicle. But yeah, listen how quiet this is. Oh, she's purring now. But anyway, one of the things you have to do when you change the oil is lift the dump bed. Frank and Taters are livid because I fed the calves first. One of the things you have to do is lift the dump bed when you change the oil. Well, what that means is you have to clean out your bed, and you guys know what this thing looked like yesterday. Looky there. Now, when I say cleaned out, I literally just pulled the lever and let everything fly. I picked up what we wanted, I picked up what we needed, and then I threw the rest away, so no big deal. The only thing I like to have in here is a couple buckets, usually the bag of feed that I've opened, a drill, screws. I've been leaving these in here because I've been doing a lot of waterline work, and then a pair of fencing pliers, which I think, see, I usually see these, they actually do this on purpose. They put a 5-gallon bucket space in here, and then you can drop a 2x4 right, let's see, a 2x4 right here, or a 2x6 even, and it keeps the buckets from sliding all over the place. So, yep, I've known that, but I just think it's funny to let stuff slide all over the place. So here we are. Hey, man. That's your brother. I can hear him. Maximus. What's up, buddy? All right. Let's get Frank and Taters their feed so they'll calm down. 200 hours on it. I'm pretty impressed. Pretty impressed. I just like it's got great acceleration. We leave it in low pretty much all the time because of our hills. Like, you wouldn't want to drive around here with that belt in high gear. So we leave it in low, just work it. I haven't washed it one stinking time. It is supposed to rain next week though, so maybe that'll knock a little dirt off her. Speaking of land hippos, my goodness. My goodness. What's up, buddy? What's up, buddy? We think, man. Why do you eat like that? Hey. So, in case you guys didn't know, I actually had this thing running kind of square with the fence because I'm weird like that. I probably get that from Kyle, but every day I come out here and this thing's moved about 3 feet or 4 feet one way or the other. Well, I finally figured out why. It's because when Taters eats, he spills it everywhere. Frank knows it, so when the whole trough is gone, Frank comes through here and runs cleanup and eats all the stuff that Taters dropped on the ground. This thing was locked in place. Like, if I was to like concrete this down or something, oh man, Frank would tear it up. He would tear it up. Such a good boy. Such a good boy. Yeah, you both are. Good boys. So Taters is getting big. Like I mentioned, there's about 8 months between them. But you want to see how big Frank is? Not that you can't tell, but watch this. Oh, where'd Taters go? Looks like this panel's working. It should. It's really rigid. Got the metal zip ties on it. They should last forever. So, yep, Belle was poking her head through here trying to drink water out of this trough, even though there's a perfectly good trough over there. Yep. See, you don't need to drink out of this. So I actually thought about putting another one. Let's see, I could scoot that trough down and put another one right here and cut a hole. Like, I could literally put one like right here and right here, and then cut holes so we can still work it. And this would just stick through one of these. So We'll give it a shot. What a blessing, man. Getting water way out here. So when I'm thinking about my driveway for about 7 seconds, updating you guys on the status of getting it fixed, which keeps our house safer and more efficient and, you know, whatever. It helps our house last longer. Just so you know, when I'm ranting for about 7-8 seconds, the 14 seconds that you just saw is twice the amount of time that I actually think about complaining and stuff. If that makes sense, I hope you guys do too.
Pressure is different, but as far as how planted you feel and smooth everything moves, like it feels a little knotty for a tractor.
Yeah.
I'll take it though.
Well, you want to do something silly with it and give them a bale?
You know I've never carried a bale of hay, right?
Yeah, that's fine. Well, if you're going to do it on this tractor. But yeah, fire it back up, and come. It's in the front yard.
Up that direction?
Yep.
So I can go through that mud?
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, yeah, don't make tracks in my yard.
Okay.
Actually, well, no, I told you, Case made tracks with the side-by-side.
Oh, I saw them.
Okay,
They were
yeah.
every bit of, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, this is nothing.
So he got in trouble, had to fix those.
He hasn't fixed them yet, but he's asked me, he's like, hey, how do I fix those? I was like, just wait till it gets warmer and
Yeah.
I'll make sure you know. I'll make sure you learn how.
I'll get you the tools, buddy.
Yeah. So fire back up, just come in the front yard.
Okay.
Huh?
There's no like peek window where I can't just talk to you randomly. Like, we need to get walkie-talkies or something.
Well, yeah.
Who doesn't want a reason to have walkie-talkies?
I don't know.
I guess you have these cell phone things, but walkie-talkies are way cooler.
For sure.
Okay, so we gotta get one on the rear and then get one on the front?
I think you'll be okay. I personally would probably just use the rear. We won't even put one on the back.
Okay, where do you try to hit it with the rear?
Stab it right above the middle.
Right above the middle?
Yeah.
Like that far?
We don't need a tape measure. Just aim for the middle. It'll be fine.
1 inch?
Listen,
2
I
inches?
got to be honest. If they didn't hear it in my voice, I don't want walkies with you. Down. It's tucked back down there.
Oh, that's why you had the armrest up.
Well, see, I'm too fat. I don't need the armrest.
You just rested
I
here.
don't fit in there like that. So now pull that lever straight up. Can't hurt it. All the way back. So ideally, you'd stab it right in the middle or a little bit above. If you were like gonna go down that hill over there, you'd stab it as low as you possibly could, so you raise it up as high. So like it's not so much when people get hung up on like, I got to put it right in the middle. It's really where you're going. Well, over here, it's pretty much perfectly flat, so it doesn't really matter.
But you want the ground clearance if you know you're going to get an angle.
Yeah.
So you can keep it from dragging.
Exactly. Now the difference in this and the Coyote, that would be almost a foot lower.
Really?
This is 1.5 inches higher from the axles up.
It is
So
solid.
everything is higher. There's no movement, wiggle room.
And I didn't even, once I picked that up, like on my tractor, you absolutely feel that. And this thing just like,
No, this doesn't feel anything, which now it's probably actually balanced. So,
as if you had like a ballast box.
Right.
Are these tires filled?
Nope. No. If it was gonna be mine and I was gonna keep it, I would.
Yeah.
I think it's wise.
Yeah.
I didn't do the Coyotes, but the Coyote was never gonna lift this much,
Right.
so there was no point.
You also didn't have longhorns when you got the Coyote, did you? Like your animals weren't that big yet.
Correct. They
Yeah.
couldn't reach me when I bought the Coyote. Now they can reach me.
You're like, yeah, I need armor
Yep.
glass. And,
So.
now it does have like the linked pedals, is what they call
Yeah.
it.
So if you could bump the RPMs towards you, it's over there.
Yeah. But I noticed if I mash it more, which I use that on mine,
Yeah.
then the engine RPMs go up with it.
Right.
Yours, I gotta admit, this one is smoother at that. Like I can feel mine go through levels, if you will, and then if you let off the pedal, it's just no. This
Well,
one's not quite as rough as that.
I don't want to say this is electronic, but you know, if you want to add it to a Coyote, it's like a $200 kit. Like there's
What?
nothing to it, linked pedal.
Oh yeah.
Because my Coyote doesn't have it.
Okay.
But a lot of guys don't like that you can't shut it off in this. It's always linked.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know that I care, but me having all the hills, you too, I don't want a shuttle shift,
Right.
to be honest.
Right.
Because there's been times where I'm trying to beat the cows to where I want to set hay. And if I had to like drop the gear and do all that, yeah, if I had 12 gears to pick from, I'd go crazy.
Once I turned mine on, probably about 2 weeks after getting it, I never turned mine off. In fact, I turned Dad's on, didn't even tell him, and I was just like, yeah, you'll like it.
He'll know when he uses it here in a month.
I know, he does have to warm it up 2 weeks from now,
Yeah.
I think is his regular scheduled warm up.
Yep. Well, when all the snow was on the ground, I told Dad, I said, hey, before it snows, why don't you go turn your tractor around so when it snows you can drive straight out.
That's
And he did. He goes, well, if I'm gonna turn it around, do I need to warm it up? I was like, yeah, if it hasn't been, you
Yes.
haven't used it.
Always, yes.
Well, what's funny is, so when he had his surgery back in July or August,
Yep.
Mom and Dad lost a pig. We're not sure why it got sick, but I used the tractor to move that pig for them. And I don't know that the tractor's moved since I moved the pig 5-6 months
That's
ago.
the first weight it's ever picked up.
That is.
He might have pushed some dirt, maybe, but yeah. I need to go and just trade him tractors. Mine's got 199.9 hours on it. And say, hey, Dad, come here. You better get yours fixed up.
Just drop it off. Take yours over there and say, hey, when you get the oil change done, I'll come back and get mine. He'll have it done like Jiffy Lube, man.
That's true.
Belle, it's my brother. Behave. That's good. It'll be kind of bumpy, so take your time. But I literally want to sit it almost where she's sitting, just to the right of that tree.
Okay, so just pull basically straight toward her.
Put your bale even with that tree. I'll cut it, and then you'll be able to make a circle and come back out.
Okay, will they get out of my way?
Yeah. If not, we'll eat them. So I do actually want you to sit it right there, so you'll lower your rear,
Okay.
and you just drive away. Momentum will hold it, and then turn around with your forks and flip it up on its like a cylinder. Like right now, it's gonna be laying sideways. You want to tip it up.
While they're in it eating?
Yeah.
You got a lot of faith in me.
Now, raise this up. What do you think, pretty lady? Is that good? Is that good? Hey, I would love it. I would love it if you'd give us a little heifer. Yep. Be awfully nice of you. Well, and they don't even know. People say that, they only have one bad day. They don't even know it's a bad day.
Nope.
Frank's been in a trailer before.
Yeah.
Heck, I had him in a chute and put a rubber band around his huevos. You want to talk about a bad day?
Yeah, he's had a worse
Talk about a
day
bad
than that
day.
day's gonna be.
The day where God is already aware of the date that the animal God gave us through this life, that's not a bad day.
No.
That's God saying, good job, Chad and Ray.
Yep.
Thank you for taking care of this animal I blessed you with. And that's not a bad day.
And at least 90% of other farms that are mass producing them for the grocery stores and things like that, those cattle didn't have a life like these guys do.
Right.
I mean, look at all this land and.
Well, I don't feel like a bad day is like if we had lost, like Tipsy had a bad day because she had a stillborn.
Yeah.
That's a bad day.
Yeah.
Losing Frosty would have been a bad day if we hadn't got him pull through.
Yeah.
But raising an animal to its full life circle is not a bad day.
That's like the dream. What else would you do? You just let him run around and
Like when
he had a house and home?
When he was born and we realized he wasn't Fred's, I had a little bit of a bad day.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
I remember that. You were like,
But-
that's not what you're supposed to look like.
But God blessed us with this animal, and I shouldn't be ungrateful. I shouldn't run him to the auction, because what somebody else is going to do, they're going to see a big black cow for, the stereotype black cow, we're going to eat it.
Oh, yeah.
And someone else is going to be blessed with this food. So why would I do that? I raised June.
I wouldn't do it either.
She's docile. She's sweet. She's a good mom.
These guys clean my boots even.
Yeah, they'll do just about anything.
I'm not sure what his end goal is.
Well, if you walked, I fed the calves in that straw.
Oh.
So if you walked through there or got in it earlier, they
Yeah.
probably got some on your boot.
Excited. Mine ain't gonna be this big, but would a hot wire keep these boys in?
Oh yeah,
You
I
think
kept
so?
the beefy boys in with a hot wire.
How big did they get?
These guys, the beefy boys
is that
were
the first round of
like
all day?
840 and 850,
Okay.
about the size of, the deck. I don't know if beans will make it to 850, but no, well, what you have to remember is before I built the fence across the front 20 acres that we had,
Yep.
I had a hot wire. We had 660 feet of frontage.
Yep.
And I had a hot wire for almost a year, keeping 2 baldies in, which got to over 1,000 pounds apiece. 2 baldies, Tipsy, Fred, and June and Tessie.
And they were only, it was what, 2 strand?
just 2 strands.
Only about yay high.
For sure.
Couldn't we step over it if I remember right?
Oh yeah, I usually go to like my inseam, so I can get over it without without having a bad day.
That's right. Yeah.
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 G-Dub's got, I don't know, like 75 mama cows, and he's keeping them out of a 40-acre hayfield with 1 string right now.
How high is that street?
About 36.
Okay.
Not very.
But they're bigger. They're taller.
Yeah. But they see it. They know it. And there's enough feed on the good side of the fence where he wants them.
I think, yeah.
That's the
That's
key.
key is, you know, like our goats, they never try to escape, but they always have what they need.
Right. So we meet again. Yeah, beginning of the video, end of the video. That's how we do it, right? Cabela, what you doing? Well, you don't have to get up. Sorry. Was it time to stretch? Yeah. Whew. Oh my goodness. Where's he even at? There's Frosty. Anybody see Beans? Well, we made it to, looks like 64. That's what a day. Well, if you want to see more of Kyle and I hanging out, you can go over to his channel. I think that video comes out tomorrow. I'll tag it down below like always. But that's it, man. Getting ready to go in and eat some of this fine beef that we've raised for the how many nights in a row. That's what we do here. And I'm just so happy you guys come along and watch, and I'm just grateful. And what a life, man. What a life. Very, very blessed. I hope you and yours, I've said it before, I'll say it again. This is our 40 by 40. This was my 40 by 40. And my wife's 40 by 30. But wherever you and yours are, whether you're getting 4 by 4 or 60 by 60 or 100 by 50 or whatever you've got out there. God bless you guys. Thanks for watching. Lots more fun to come, man. We've got some cool stuff planned. Stick around. Some things are going to get interesting real quick. All right. Y'all be good. Don't work too hard. Don't make it weird. God bless. Deuces.